Hi and welcome to Access tutorial of how to create and print student records. So let me show you guys how this works. Alright, we can add more records. Let's click on that and look for the records you intend to add. Let's say you want to add course 1007. We can click on the toolbar so that we can have more room to work, or get rid of that. You can click on the reset or exit, cancel. You can print if you want, or we can exit and then we can reset. Once we click on reset, this is what you get. Then enter your other data that you want, any other data that you want on your system. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to go straight into Access, and we create one of these by using raw data. So let's do that now, guys. Welcome back to Access. I'm going to start by clicking on this blank database here, and right there let's give our project a name. I'm just going to call it student underscore print underscore records, and save it right inside my document. Click on create right there. Okay, now the next thing I would like to do is to come right here to external data. Click on the external data. I intend to use the following data that I have in here. Let me show it to you guys. That is for course code, and that's for the student profile, and that is student details. So what I'm going to do is I will import all of those data straight on here. And if you guys want this very raw data, I have a link on the description area of this video. You can always copy the following three data. Okay, let's come into external data, and right here select new data source if you are using MS Access 365 or 365. So drop that down, and let's come right here to from file, and right here let's select text file. Click on the text file. Now let's browse to where we have our raw data. I have it on my desktop inside the student folder. Now select course, click open. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Import the source data into a table, into a new table. Click on OK. Now make sure you select delimited right up there, or just leave it the way it is because that's the default anyway. Click on next. Now right here, it's very important, make sure you select first row contains field name. There we go, you see the field's name, and then we click on next. And here I'm just going to click on next again because I already have the field the way I want. You can see if you want, you can change the data type for each field the way you want, but I want my own data type just to be long integer. Click on next. Now right here, that's a default primary key. I don't want that. I'm going to select choose your own primary key. This is my primary key. Now click on next, and I will leave the name of my file as course C and click on finish. There we go. Close the step, and that is it right there. You can delete this very table if you want, and here you will see the imported data. There we go. And you can also see the design view as well there. So let's close that. Now let's import the other two data. Let's come in here. So this time around we can just speed it up. Go in there, select the profile, click on OK. Next, select the first row, next, and next. Make student ID your primary key, next, and there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna say okay. Alright, and let's make up my own primary key there, because we have two foreign keys. So if you right click, you can select the design view, but we will come back to that. Now let's select the last one. I have the last one here, and that's student. Click and open. Next. Let's go back there. Yeah, that's fine. Select the first row to contain the field's name. Click on next and click on next again. Choose your own primary key right there. Click on next and finish. There, that is it. Now let me show you the design view. The design view here, you can see student ID is the primary key there. Course, you can see course code is the student ID is the primary key there. And let's look at the profile. Okay. As for the profile, we have student ID and we have course code. So we have to select both. We have to select both fields and click on primary key, so that will give us compound key. Right, that is that done. So save and let's view our data. Double click, that's the data for the course code, profile, save, and student. So I'm going to close all of that. So what I'm going to do next is to come right in here and just let's create a query. Okay, so let's see, there's a query wizard here, or maybe use this one. Yeah, so we can always use that. Let me close it so that you see the one I selected. Create. I'm using query design. Click on query design and select or add all of the tables. Okay, just select it all, add all of the tables. All of the tables are added. Now I'm going to create their relationship. Just click and drag link, and the student one as well, link it to the student profile. Now what's going to happen is I'm just going to double click on each of these fields. You see that? Double click on subjects, double click on department code, level, field, duration, and I will leave these two out: fees, predicted grades, actual grades. And right here, student ID, name, last name, so first name, tutor group, date of birth, gender, and so on. So if we come in here, this is our query. Look at that. So you can always run your query, and there we go. Okay, this very query now, I will now save it and use that for to create a form. So let's just call it student. Underscore print. There we go. Save. That is that done. So I want to close this. The next thing I want to do is, okay, let's select create and select form wizard right here. Click on form, and there we go. All our forms are in place. Now I'm going to go to design view. So let's come in here, drop it down, design view of this very form. Let's collapse this and just extend the form that much. And right there, let's go to design. I will now select, let's look for maybe a list box. Yeah, that's fine. Click on that very list box and just drag it that much. And I'm just going to say, yeah, that's fine, and just maybe we should just cancel it and just say, yeah, just leave the list box like that. Now we enter some codes to get that sorted. Right. Okay, we use few lines of code to get this sorted. First of all, let me move this here. Okay. Now, let's run it to see what I'm talking about first. Okay. This is how it looks like. What I want the following data: course code, subject, student ID, first name and last name, and the actual grades. I want them in here. So what I'm going to do is, let's come in here to design view, make sure this list box is selected. Now let's go to the properties right here, click on the property. The first thing I would like to do is, you see where we have data right there, I'm going to come where we have role source type. I will change that to view list. Then the bind column here, this very one, I'm going to make it 6 because the data, the field that I need will be 6. Right, done. The other one that I need is, let's come down here. You see where we have column count, I'm going to make that 6 as well. Where we have width, we can make that 1, 3. Okay, 1 centimeter by 3. Right. So that is sorted. Let's see if there's any other thing. Okay, that's the name of my field there, list 98. Right. So the next thing is, let me select the form. On the form, I would like the following. So make sure the form is selected, or just let's click on the code view here right there. So drop this down and let's select form, but I want form load. So right here, let me enter the following: do command dot, let's say maximize the form, and inside the form load, inside my form load, let me say me dot list 98 right here. I would like it to add item, and the item I want to add, I'm going to put them in speech mark. The first one is going to be the course code. Right, close that and speed that up. Right, there we go. Let me show it to you guys. Okay, that's my first title, second field, the third field. Now let's close this, or just move it so you can see it properly. Okay, last name, first name, and finally actual grades. Okay, be careful, make sure you see the and, speech mark, then semicolon, speech mark, and so on. That's what you meant to do. Okay, let's go back to the form and see. So I'm just going to come into the form here, and you see that those are my headings right there. Okay, all right, let's come down here, back in here. Okay, back to this list box. You see there's one more thing that we did not set, and that is meant to be the column header. You see that? Make sure that it is yes. Right, so if I run it this time around, I should be able to see a line. Can you see the line there? Okay, let me demonstrate that again. The column header, if I say no and run it, you will not see that very line. You see there's no horizontal line. So that's the reason I've entered the column. Make that column, let's make it yes. So column header, make that yes. So that is sorted. The next thing is, I don't seem to like the background. I'm just going to change the background to the following. Let's look for something, okay, maybe a little bit lighter. Alright, that's fine. Now the next thing I want to do is, right underneath here, I'm going to add a rectangle here, right underneath there. So let's come down here, and there we go. That's a rectangle. Click on that very rectangle and just draw it across. There, that will do. And then let's come to the border width, or you can do the same thing for all. I believe we should be able to do that. So let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah, the border width works for all, but I don't want it for this one. You can always change this to something else. Now border width, change that to maybe 4, and change the color. Let's come to the color. I'm going to change the color of the border to something dark. Right, you see that, guys? Now I'll select all of this text box as well. Select it all again, and let's change the font if that is possible in here by selecting it all. There's no font here, so let's get rid of this one. Get rid of this. Okay, we may have to do it individually. So select that, all of this text box, and we change the font to make that 16, and right here where we have font width, let's make that bold, and the same thing will be repeated for the others. Okay, 16, and that will be bold. Yeah. Then one other thing I can do with this very one is, let's come into the font color and just make that black. Right, what about, alright, let's repeat the same thing for these other ones here. Alright, left one or two out here. Let's select all of this, and that will be bold. The weight is 16, and color, make that black as well. Right, that is fine. Now in here, underneath here, we need to add some buttons here, but first thing first, I want to change the background color to something here, this color here. So I'm going to copy this, text to light 80%. So select that and just change that to text to light 80%, paste. Right, now just undo that. I want it to be for this alone. Now paste that in here. Right, okay, now come in here, that's the button. Click on the button and create some buttons. So select and draw here. Do that again, paste that in there. That's my button. Now I'm just going to say cancel and modify the button the way I want. So there, I can then copy it across. Okay, now the back color of that very button, first thing, let's change the back color to something a little bit dark. Right, now font on that very button, let's change that to 16 as well, or maybe 18, make that bold. Now let's put a border around it, border width 4, and border color, make that black. Right, that is fine. I can now change, oh no, the border color here is white, make that black. Try that again. Right, I can now change the content on this one. Let's highlight and change that to records. Right, that's fine. What is that black? The font color, that's it right there. Font color, change that to black. Right, that's more like it. Now let's select and copy this very button, copy, paste, to paste another one, and let's just speed it all up. Alright guys, this is how it looks now, but we need to do one or two things here as well. Let's just move this here, and the next thing I want to do is, you see this, I'm just gonna delete that. Let's get rid of it, we don't need that. Okay, and just extend this that much. Alright, if I run it now, let's come into home and just view the form. There we go. Okay, for you guys to be able to see all of the buttons that are under there, I'm just going to collapse this. If you want it back, you can see that you can press Ctrl F1. So click on that. There, that is the whole program. But the buttons do nothing right now. So the first thing I like to do is to be able to click on this record and add it onto this list box. So to achieve that, let's go back here. Let me just press Ctrl F1 here and come right here, get rid of that. Now on this very button, make sure it's selected, come to events. You see where we have event, and let's click on click. Let's select these 3 dots and let's select code builder, click on OK, and right underneath option explicit, if you don't have option explicit, you can always write that there. So I'm going to enter as follows: dim, let's say str1. I'm going to need about 6 of those, comma str2, just copy that, comma 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we declared, let's give it a data type. The data type is going to be a string. Right, that is that done. Now the next thing I want to do is, right underneath here, I'm going to create a function. Let's call the function, let's say function add data, okay, add data, function add data. So let's say clt or ctl listbox, okay, as right control listbox, that's what I'm going to call it, as listbox, there, comma, let's say by value, and I'm going to now enter all of my items. So let's say all of my data, let's say data 1 as string, That's the first data. So let's add a comma there and copy this by value. So copy that, and the next one is going to be data number 2, data 2, data number 3. Okay, we have data number 3 there. So comma, space, underscore, so that I can add more right underneath here. Data number 4 here, and data number 5. Finally, data number 6, and just close the bracket up, press enter. So I will now say control box, I've copied that, control list box dot add item, and what are the item that I intend to add. Okay, so let's say item equals data 1. Let's copy that, data 1, we'll just copy data 1, and speech mark, semicolon, speech mark, and data 2. So I'm just going to copy this, paste that here. That's data number 3, data number 4, data number 5, and data 6, number 6. Right, now I have all my data in place. Data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6. Now, okay, now the next thing we want to do is to add record in here. So you see right here, the record, to be able to call those records. So you click on that, make sure the button is selected, and you go to the event area, and right there. Now the first thing is, you see my very first variable here, copy and paste that, equals, so I'm going to say me dot cost code dot value. That should be value. Right, and the next one is number 2 equals me dot, that will be subject dot value, and the next one, number 3, equals me dot I will be student ID dot value. Number 4 equals me dot, that will be last name dot value. Number 5, me dot first name dot value. And finally, number 6, that equals me dot actual grade dot value. Right, and let's just round it up. Then I'm going to say me dot list 98 equals add data. That is supposed to be my function up there that I'm calling. Add data into list 98. So comma, the data I'm adding is variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, variable number 4, variable 5, variable 6. There we go. There. And then let's redeem it. Redeem dot code. So let's say code within a minute. Right. Okay. Now, oh, look here. That should be data number 6. There's an error there. That would have given us an error. And that is all for this record button. So let's try it out. I'm going to save it. Click on save. Oh, we need to give it a name. So I'm just going to call it student form. There. Save. And right there. Let's go to the student form here. And click. Right click. Select form. You see the data in here. Click on record. You see that, guys, it's right there. Let's say I change the record, whatever we have in there. There we go. You see that? That's brilliant. Yeah, so let's take care of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that one is working the way I want. So design, back to design. Let's go to the codes. Oh, press control F. Function 1, I mean. Okay, now let's go straight into the design. Select the code here. Right, those are the lines of code that I've just finished taking care of. Now the next one is going to be, let's come in here, this very one, select that, toolbar yes. Let's come into the event area, and the event is on click. Drop that down, select build, code builder, and right there, right in here, I'm going to enter do command dot show toolbar space, and that is going to be ribbon. So I want the ribbon to be shown. So close that, and comma equals show the ribbon. So that is the yes. The next one is going to be for no. So I might as well copy that. Come in here, click on no, select event as usual, code builder, click, and right in here paste that in there. Just change the yes to no. So we have those two components taken care of. Now let's come to reset. Select the reset. We just want to reset this very list box. So select reset, event as usual, click, and there. So right inside the reset, I will enter me dot list 98 dot role source equals clear. That's it. Okay, now you see, let's see, form load. On the form load we can clear this as well, but if that's the reset, so if I clear it, it will clear this as well. So I can copy this and paste that right inside reset here, or just call form load instead of copying all that. Copy form load, call form load right there. So inside reset. Okay, so if I run, let me run that, then you guys see what I'm talking about. Click and form, and let's click on this, so we can always show ribbon, no ribbon, show ribbon. Okay, we enter all our data in there. If I click on reset, There we go. I still have my title. But if I didn't enter, supposing I did not enter those lines of code on the reset, you won't be able to see that. Alright, back in the code area. Okay, where is the reset? I just want to demonstrate what would have happened if I didn't call the form load. So let's say we comment the form load out and come in here, run the program. Yeah, enter data in there, collapse this, enter some data in here, click on reset. That's it. All the title, everything is gone. So that's the reason I had to call form load in there. So let's go back in there and just re-enable that. That's it. Get the form load back. Okay, let's speed up the print. Okay, select the print and come to events. Click on the event right there. There. Those are the lines of code for the print. So have a good look at it. That should be 98, right? That is for print. Now let's take care of exit. Click on exit, select the event. There we go. Right there we enter the following lines of code for exit. These are the lines of code for exit, because I would like it to prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit or not. Alright, and right below it, that's for the print. Okay, let's try our program out and see how, or the database, and see how it works. So I'm going to right click up there and select form. There we go. Try out print, exit. Exit is working fine. No, let's say there. Okay, confirm yes or no. The choice is yours. I'm going to just cancel. Now let's add data. We're able to add data, whatever student data selected, you can always add it to the list box. Okay, we can reset and add another student records there, which you can see. And the next thing is, let's say toolbar. No toolbar? Yes, there's toolbar. So let me show you the toolbar. Anyway, just hold on to Control F1. Those are the toolbar. Okay, now no toolbar. Yes, there's toolbar. Okay, and last button that I will show you is that of the print. So if I click on print, there we go, guys. You see that? So let's do it again. There we go. The print works as expected, but I won't be printing anything out. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. And as for the raw data that was used in developing this very application, you will see the link on the description page. You can always copy it and make use of the raw data. So I just need to get rid of this, then I'll call it the end of the program. So let's come in here, go back to design view, get rid of those two lines. I don't want them. So that should be, so there we go. That will be style. Instead of solid, I'm going to make it transparent. Yeah, there we go. And repeat the same thing for the other one. Make that transparent, and there we go, guys. Now run the application again. Right click, select form view. There. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the tutorial. Like I said, you will have a link to the raw data on my description page. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. You all have a nice day, and please do subscribe. Bye for now.